Of the NASRA Blanchard's Towing Xfinity Series. Brady LaBeouf will win the championship and the race in the Butt Kicker 250.
Keith Bradley gets his second championship on the Friday Night Series with the Concerns of Police Survivors Truck Series Season 8. This rookie season, he will win the championship for the Concerns of Police Survivors Truck Series.
For Murph's Magical Creations. Home to custom laser engraving and gifts. This veteran-owned and operated company engraves for all occasions. If you want one of Murph's Magical Creations, call the number on your screen or commission through either Instagram or via email. Murph's Magical Creations, made with love for you.
Starbase 1552 Comics. We sell everything a collector would want. Comics, Funkos, action figures, and so many more. A real American comic book shop. We are online only. Starbase 1552 Comics. Find us on eBay Auctions.
Gentlemen, start your engines!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Hot Atlanta, Hampton, Georgia. Atlanta Motor Speedway for the Glass Mechanic 200 for the second race in the first round of the Concerns of Police Survivors Truck Series playoffs. And boy, I'm telling you right now, it's going to get hot and it's going to get heavy out here on this mile-and-a-half track at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Good evening, folks. I'm the redneck announcer, Jake Reeves. Steve the Viking Bartlett in the house, co-commentating with me, as well as the Australian Dean Hopton Biggles. Going to give you the fantastic camera angles, all the glitz, all the glamour, probably all the beef that could quite possibly happen out here. And Steven, I was going to bring you in on that because it's been a long week with NASRA, with everything that has been going on. Twin Ring Motegi on Monday. You had the Blanchard's Towing Xfinity Series on Tuesday. You had a lot of beef Wednesday night in the Cup Series. And to top it all off, we're here at Hot Atlanta.
Hot Atlanta. Now, this is the legacy track, the old track. So there's like a lot of tire wear is going to happen tonight. I think things are going to heat up again, just like it did Wednesday.
Yeah, and folks, what we're talking about, a little bit of that heating up that we're talking about. Obviously, they having a little bit of beef out there with Jeff Merck and Keith Bradley. Matter of fact, both of them past champions, or the past two champions, I should say, here were the concerns of Police Survivors Truck Series, and also both of them were teammates at Upfront Motorsports in Jeff Merck's rookie season. So obviously there's a lot going on over there in that little camp, but obviously Jeff Merck's still at Upfront, and Keith Bradley's still over there at Blue Line Racing. Check out your schedule right here. Unfortunately, still got to cut off right there where Atlanta is. I wish we could get Cody Knott to put it back in there from the Atlanta race earlier this year. I'm just rubbing it in. But anyway, MDW, they're Newton all the way down to the playoffs. MDW is locked in tonight. There you see the standings right there. MDW already slid over to the Fast 14. You got everybody else right here below him. They still need to get a win and lock themselves in. Now, Dustin Scruggs, 29 up. Holden McGill, 28. Stephen Gregory, Matt Cherry, Keith Haney. These guys, they're going to be okay, I would think, as far as points. But, Stephen, the big one that we're looking at, bottom three down here is some big names. Ted Wade, Keith Bradley, and ironically enough, Jeff Merck, both of them having beef in that Cup race earlier this week.
Yeah, these guys are going to have to keep it clean and stay up front if they want to have any chance of making it to the next round. Not only this week, but next week also.
Yeah, next week's going to be an absolute barn burner as well. Everybody out there in the live chat, hopefully y'all can chime in, holler at us here tonight. Odds are y'all probably watching on two different devices, probably watching the Cops race on your phone or on your iPad, and then on the other one, you're watching Netflix, watching the Mike Tyson and Jake Paul fight. If you are, don't tell us who won, because I'm gonna have to go back and probably watch it. So may have a little bit of money riding on it. I'm just paraphrasing, but anyway, Dean also saying maybe a little bit of a fight out there on the track tonight. Good possibility at that. But there you see Atlanta Motor Speedway, and Stephen, I would let you talk about this, but I mean I absolutely love this place right here. I've been coming to this place ever since I was a little kid. Back when it was this service, and also the super speedway surface that is what it is today. I mean, mile and a half, beautiful, beautiful, literally right here and literally nowhere around. I mean, there might be about 3 gas stations around this place. That's about as, rural as you can get here for the Atlanta Motor Speedway. But this is the different one. This is like what we were talking about, Stephen. This one, not necessarily the super speedway. This one, you're going to have patience. You're going to have to try to save your tires. Don't go out there, burn them up, and try to have something at the end of the race. That's going to be the big key for these guys because obviously we call it Hot Atlanta, but the main thing about it of what's going to get heated up, Stephen, is going to be those tires. They're going to be hot as all get out.
Well, I wasn't necessarily talking about the tires. I was talking about attitude.
Yeah.
But yeah, the tires are going to get hot. This truck loves to eat, or this track loves to eat tires. It's the old track, so it's been around a while, and it's narrow compared to the newer version of this track. It's going to be a lot of door banging, I think, and some little bit of bumper kicking too.
Absolutely, sitting there riding on board with Dustin Scruggs. Check him out. Got the wheel kicked a little bit to the right. These guys will get loose a lot off turn 4 and also off of turn 2. You got to be very, very careful. And, what I predict out of this, Stephen, that I've ran here numerous times. Granted, I'm not worth a flip at it, but anyway, just going with that, folks. But anyway, keep it down on the bottom. That's what you're going to see probably for maybe about 10, 15, maybe 20 laps. And then after that, you're going to see people start to migrate. You're going to see them move. A couple of them on the bottom, some in the middle. A lot of them may end up being right up against the top of the racetrack. There you see the weather that we got here this evening. Absolutely beautiful right here. 74 degrees, couple clouds in the sky, 83-degree track tip, slight breeze going southwest, 4 miles an hour. I mean, you can't beat that right there. That's Georgia weather. But I will say this, folks, that Georgia weather, sometimes it don't work out like that. I mean, we could have a tornado in December. You never know what will happen. Let's check it out. On the grid, and how about this? On the pole, Holden McGill. He's going to be up there. He got a 30.470 to his outside last week's winner and locked into the Fast 14. Matthew David Wood. Ted Wade, 28 out here for the playoffs. He's got to have a good night tonight. Pretty good starting spot for him. He'll start 32 truck to start third. Tiny Horse, Ryan Johnson. How about you? He's going to be starting out there at that fourth spot. Dustin Scruggs, he basically leads everybody in the points that has not already locked himself in. So Dustin Scruggs in pretty good prime position. He'll start fifth. Matt Cherry will start sixth. Jordan Jurassic will start seventh. Tristan Bruce will start eighth. Keith Bradley outside looking in the playoffs. He'll start ninth. And Joshua Rodriguez, your Daytona winner, rounds out the top 10 to you, Steven.
And in row 6 and 11th, we have Ed Osborne. In 12th is Stephen Thomas. In row 7 is Justin White, Dane Hagan. Row 8, Brandon Broadfoot, Brandon Schumann. In row 9, Keith Haney, Robert Richards. In row 10 is Matthew Montgomery, Adam Newton. Then in row 11, Brian Chu, Raul Meza. And in row 12, James Beard, Shane Trotter.
Devin Painter start 25th. Huck Wigginton will start 26th. Last driver to take a time. Jeff Mert did not put a time down, possibly from an EOL from last week. So he will start 27th. Isaac Bevan, 28th. Stephen Gregory back there, 29th. Kyle Hess will start 31st. Gregory will start 30th. A couple of them actually pulling down to the left right there. Kind of threw me off. You can see it right there on the right side of your screen. But Gregory will start 30th. Kyle Hess, 31st. Chris Blanchard, 32nd. Eric Zimmerman, 33rd. Joshua Suss, 34th. Cody Knight will be 35th. TJ Moore, your race director here for this evening. Stephen, we talked about all the hotness, all the beef, all the all the craziness, the Nazareth chaos that happened the other night. But like you said, possible, for chaos here this evening as we're going to check out a race details. Whenever the Dean, and there you go, Dean. How about you right there? Got it lined up. Stage 1 will go at 35 from what I'm seeing right here. 75 for stage 2. Both of them will end under caution. If it was not going to end under caution, it would say right beside the stage. Total laps 147. 4 sets of tires. That was something I was fixing to bring up to you right there, Stephen. With 4 sets of tires, these guys is going to have available to them. And that is 3 in the pits, 1 on the truck. That's all they got. I mean, Nazareth, they didn't throw the bill at them on this one. 100% fuel capacity, 3 green, white checkers, and time of day afternoon. And Stephen, as we are getting ready to go green, as the pace lights is out, those 4 tires right there that these guys are going to have, are we going to use them all? Because I got a feeling we're going to be using every daggum one of them.
They're going to be using them all. They're going to be using all the tread on those 4 tires, too. 4 sets of tires.
It will absolutely be screaming in New Edge Simulation out there saying, let's go. Yo, happy Friday also from New Age Simulation. Check it out right there on the left side. DSR Electric on Mondays. Blanchard's Toy Xfinity Series on Tuesdays. Nazareth Cup Series Wednesdays. Goat Locker will be on Thursdays. And obviously the Veterans for Life would be on Thursdays with Goat Locker, but Concerns of Police Survivors on Friday. And folks, also this Friday, DSR Electric is off. So we will be racing the Monday following, be the week of Thanksgiving, that Monday. We're going to be in Sweet Home, Alabama, and I cannot wait. I know Dean is absolutely fired up. He's ready to get that going as we're fired up here in the booth. Pace car coming off turn 4. Holden McGill, Wade, Wood and Wade, rather. Ryan Johnson, that's the top 4 as the pace car is off. The second race in the playoffs is underway. Who's going to lock themselves in? We'll find out here in a couple of hours. Holden McGill going to take it to the inside. Wood going to try to split the middle. Johnson up top. Wade trying to go to the bottom. He's trying to challenge for second off turn 2. We got a spinner.
Yeah, we got a spinner. He's up on the wall.
I believe that was Matt Cherry. Yes, it was. In the 45, Matt Cherry just absolutely snaps loose in front of the whole field, and everybody going to slide right by him. Unfortunate for Matt Cherry, started 6th, and he has went all the way to the back as Holden McGill is up here fighting off MDW on that outside.
Boy, Cherry was really lucky that he didn't spin around and take a bunch of guys out. He was able to save it. But here we are. We got Holden McGill, Matthew Wood battling for the lead. Now coming into turn 3 with Ted Wade, Ryan Johnson, Dustin Scruggs right behind him.
And Wood able to use that outside lane, get the run, and shoot right around them. Now Johnson up there, Tiny Horse, trying to work that outside lane as well. Scruggs actually preferred to run the bottom. You know, honestly, Steven, you run that top side, you're going to burn your tires up more than anything. You're going to get the speed, but you're going to burn them off so, literally so fast. You want to try to do kind of what Ted Wade did right there. Keep it on the bottom, get the draft, jump up, try to get the run off the outside, and then maybe you can shoot right around him. That's exactly what Ted Wade has done, and he's already went all the way to second, trying to chase down MDW.
Yeah, I just did the math. The pit window is between 48 laps and 53 laps. However, since they've only got 4 sets of tires, technically they could pit every 36, 37 laps and put some fresh ones on, and I highly recommend they do that.
Yeah, and I got a feeling they're no way in shape, fashion, or form probably going to make a pit stop right here in this first stage. We'll see how it ends up working out. If it goes by that math, I don't see them pitting if this sucker goes green all the way to that point. Wood got the lead. Wade right behind him. McGill slipping back in that third spot. Johnson still riding the top side back there. He better hold on to them Goodyear Eagles. He may end up burning them up way big time right here as the front 3 actually starting to separate themselves. Here comes Wade to the bottom. New leader, Ted Wade in the 32. Dives it down to the inside. Wood's going to have to play catch-up if he wants to try to get back to the lead.
Yeah, I'm worried with them driving so hard now and switching the lead back and forth like this. They're going to burn up their tires early. It's a very good possibility.
Oh, let them do it. Let them do it. We love it. We absolutely love it. That's what we want to see. Wood now in that draft trying to roll with Wade. McGill slipped back a little bit as well. Johnson back there trying to hold on to 4th. He better watch his tailgate because Keith Bradley not too far back from all of this at number 29. Looking fantastic. Up 4 spots from where he started. You see Ryan Johnson right there. Got that a daggum VR right there, Steven. I'm telling you right now. I mean, I hate them things. I absolutely hate them. But they work out for people. They just don't work out for me. Check out Keith Haney right here to the outside. Joshua Rodriguez battle for the top 10. Remember, stage points going to be in at 35. You need to get there. If you want to get in that top 10, get you some stage points and try to help your case.
Yeah, these laps will go by quick too, especially if we stay green. So these guys, they need to get there. They need to save their tires, but they also need to gain as much positions as they can for those into-stage points and help themselves out to the playoffs, especially if they're in that playoff bracket.
Yeah, I mean, and obviously at that stage break, yes, they will go ahead and elect to take them tires. So, I mean, there's a lot of people right there saying, you know what? Screw it. Let's go ahead and let's send it. Let's see what we can get out of these tires and try to advance. And then after that, maybe save them in that second, in that second stage. Maybe that's what some of these guys might be thinking. Right now, Wood all over the back bumper of Ted Wade. Almost, literally, he was bump drafting him from what it looked like. I mean, he really wasn't, but it was so close that Wood was literally bump drafting Ted Wade going through the quad oval. And now all 3 of them in synchronized positions right now in a line, if you will, going through 3 and 4. Wade gets loose. Big loose right there in front of MDW was Ted Wade, and Wade is going to go all the way back to 3rd. McGill is going to hold that draft with MDW. And MDW, honestly, Steven, he is the one driver out of everybody in the field that can do anything, and it's not going to mess him up in 2 weeks. He is locked in. He's got nothing to lose. He can go out here, and he can break some hearts for some of these guys here tonight in Atlanta.
Yeah, I was going to say the only thing he can do right now is basically, like you said, break some hearts and play the spoiler as we watch him come through the tri-oval again, getting ready to go into turn 1.
Wood's going to keep it right there on the bottom side. Check it out back here. Got a little Jurassic. How about you out there for Jordan Jurassic and that number 6? He's trying to roll up here. Rodriguez up there as well. Robbie Richards up there in that 48. He's doing pretty good so far, up 6 spots. Keith Haney up there. He's up 9 17 minus 9, however you want to look at it, Steven. I ain't got a calculator on me. I mean, I got that redneck math. I'm not even going to try this. We got a slider big time back there in the back. That's Devin Painter in the 99. Big slide right there in front of Brian Chew. He almost took Chew out. Whew, I'm telling you, I told you, Steven, that turn 4 gets really loosey-goosey, as our great producer would say. But also, that turn 2, we've already saw what happened to Matt Cherry. Back in can step out on you at a heartbeat.
Yeah, it don't take much in these trucks, especially when you've been out there now. They're going on 13, 14 laps. These trucks are probably starting to get tight. Or actually, I think they're probably more likely getting loose because of the tire wear. But, yeah, they got to be careful when they're actually in that turn 4. It's a nasty one.
Wade's actually slid back a little bit up here. I'm still watching this battle up here at the front. We are seeing a lot of action back here with Keith Haiti, Joshua Rodriguez, Robbie Richards, Adam Newton. Adam Newton, the Bulldog. For some of you Georgia Bulldog fans out there, I'm not one of them. But anyway, up 8 spots from where he started. 20th all the way up to 12th. And just as I said, I was watching this battle up there. Here we go. Holden McGill to the inside. MDW up top. He's going to get the run coming off of turn 2.
Yeah, Matthew Wood, he'll get the run in. He also gets some more tire wear by staying up there like he has. But Holden McGill's not giving up. He's staying on that inside. Maybe he's hoping that Wood will drive that a little bit harder and take away that tire wear, or wear those tires down and maybe get him loose and get past him.
We're seeing a dogfight back there for that 3rd spot. You check it out right there. Ryan Johnson on the inside of Tim Wade. Clear yourself, Tiny Horse. Go for it. He's going to make it work. And then how about right behind him, Tristan Bruce. Up 3 spots, number 3. Right behind him, the animal Keith Bradley. Tiny Horse, he's up top. Wade in the middle. They're going to go 3 wide for you fans out there. Are you not loving this? Everybody's got to be loving this right here. But big thing about this, Steven, we talked a little bit about beef, if you will. There's a little bit of beef right there with a 38 and a 3. I mean, I'm sure there really isn't. But if you remember correctly, both of them took each other out last week as Ted Wade and Tiny Horse and Ted Wade almost took themselves out right there off turn 2. Man, these things are out of control.
Well, they're out of control because of that tire wear. We've been talking about it ever since the start of the race. They need to take care of the tires, or they're going to get up into the wall or take somebody out or spin themselves out.
Basically what it is right now is you're just racing like you're on a quarter-mile dirt track is just how these guys is driving, just trying to hold on to these bad boys. Folks, if you have not yet, like and subscribe to the Nash 360 Racing Network. Absolute great organization. Brenda Buff, Cody Nod, all the big dogs up there that made this happen right here. Great family out of everybody. Even one of the great members of the family right there on the outside right there, Keith Bradley, one of the original goats, I guess you could say, the animal, down to the inside, defending champion. He needs to get these points right here, Steven. He needs to get all the points that he can get. We're hearing some drivers going to pit road. I'm not 100% sure why you would go to pit road, but Devin Painter electing to go down to pit road. But back to Bradley, Steven. He needs these points. Obviously was not there last week at Chicagoland. Bradley needs to get all the points that he can get right now. And up 4 spots up here in 5th. He needs to get some more, though.
Yeah, I think these guys that are in the pits are trying to use some pit strategy. Maybe when that caution comes out for the end of stage, that'll put them up there in the front.
It might, but they might be in a world of trouble if they are.
They could be, especially towards the end of the race.
Yeah,
when you run out of tires.
If they try that strategy, I don't think it's going to work out too good for them. But, hey, I mean, everybody's got their own strategy. We'll see how it works out. A little bit of a battle right back here. This is right behind Keith Bradley, matter of fact. Dustin Scruggs, Stephen Thomas back here. They're side by side. Tim Wade, he's actually slid all the way from 3rd all the way back to 8th right now. And the man on the move right now is Keith Haiti, who started 17th. He has worked his way all the way up to now the 8th position as he goes by Ted Wade right here. So Haiti really on the move right now. Literally, from what I'm seeing, biggest mover of the race as of right now. You can make a case for Adam Newton starting 20th up to 13th. Robbie Richards 18th to 11th. I think it's really got to be Keith Haney right now because, I mean, he's really starting to put some pressure on some of these guys up there like Stephen Thomas, like Dustin Scruggs, like Keith Bradley, who's sitting right here in front of him.
Yeah, I was just looking at the timing, and Tristan Bruce is now 1.2 seconds behind Holden McGill. Holden McGill found a way to get around here faster than everybody else, and it's been working.
Big gap growing right there for Holden McGill, trying to get all the stage points that he can. And we'll see how that ends up working out for him. Tristan Bruce back there in second. Wood still in third. Pole sitter trying to keep it all up front and try to see if he can basically steal the points from everybody else that needs them. All the playoff points, all the stage points. He's trying to steal every single one of them from everybody. See Bruce back there, Wood back there, Johnson back here, still riding the top side. He hadn't got off of it yet. Big battle, really, from Scruggs back here where Keith Bradley is. There you see it right there. Thomas up top. Haney trying to hound him. Maybe if there's a hole, Haney may go 3 wide, but he thinks different of it. Bradley slides up, got a little tight, maybe a little loose, able to get a little wiggle, jiggle, giggle, however Wesley Allen would say it, but slides up the hill, and now that's going to open the door for Keith Haney. Right behind him, Rodriguez and Wade, they're going to try to reel them in as Bradley starting to struggle. I think he might have burned them up just a little bit too quick.
Yeah, he probably has, and I was just looking at the track, and Jeff Merck, he's less than a half a track ahead, or Keith, geez, get my tongue right. Holden McGill is less than a half a track behind Jeff Merck now.
You keep talking about Keith and Jeff. Are you trying to insinuate something here? What are we getting at? I had to. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, folks. I had to. I had to. Anyway, here we go. Speaking of Keith Bradley right here, Wade's going to get around. Rodriguez! Hard into the tailgate. 3 wide going into turn 3. This is not something you want to see on the old layout. Bradley all up top, out of shape. Rodriguez almost cleans him out. And Chris Blanchard, is that Blanchard? No, that's Jordan Jurassic. 6'9". They get me mixed up sometimes. Almost a little bit of door banging right there going into 1. But Jurassic, he's going to slip by Keith Bradley. So now Bradley basically sliding all the way back to where he started at, which is right now sitting in the 10th position, rather. So Bradley took a shot. He pretty good on the short run. That long run, I think, is starting to hurt him.
Yeah, look how Jurassic was working that wheel coming out of the turns. They're getting hard to hang on to, and we've seen them wiggling around a bit.
And a little bit of sliding around back here. I just now looked at the bottom of the grid. Last driver on the lead lap is Jeff Merck. And he actually was one of them that started at the back. And looking back, it was lap 22. Merck actually slipped, got sideways. We were too worried about all the chaos and all the hard racing up front. We completely missed that Jeff Merck just straight up got sideways. We're hearing Stephen Gregory. Where is he at? He's in the wall. We lost a fender somewhere, somehow. But there you see Stephen Gregory back there in the 22nd spot now, just slipping back a little bit. He's starting to gain a little bit, but he's actually blinking. He's blinking out big time. He's blinking out on my end, Stephen.
Yeah, he's that blinking. He's got to figure out what's going on with that because he could unintentionally cause a wreck. If they, most of the time when they blink, it doesn't affect your track position. But the way he was blinking, it could affect his track position, and he could pop up right in front of somebody or right on top of somebody.
Yeah, and that will be one of them big old pucker moments that I like to talk about. And you really don't want to run into that. How about this battle right here? We got a little battle for third right here. Wood, Johnson, Scruggs up here. Dustin Scruggs started 5th. That's exactly where he sits. Basically, everybody that is up front has pretty much stayed up front. Stephen Thomas, one of those that big time or made some big moves up there. Obviously started 12th. He's up 6 spots. Keith Haney. Now we can actually make a good call on it for Keith Haney. He's up 10 spots. He started 17th. Now he's in 7th. So we can go ahead and we can get that redneck math lined up. Johnson to the outside. Dustin Scruggs. That will be for position. And Johnson will end up getting 4th. But Scruggs going to battle back hard on the inside. Wood up top. Wood all but sideways trying to save it. Johnson's got to get out of the gas. Old Scruggs might get him a twofer right here going into 1. Maybe not. Maybe 3 wide going into 1.
Well, we've had some exciting racing tonight, haven't we? Just watching these guys going 3 wide, trying to fight for those positions to get the stage points. And here comes the, he's at the 38. Gaining Ryan Johnson, moving up into that 3rd spot. He wants some points bad.
Tiny Horse made a great move going around the outside, both of them. Wood was all but sideways. Scruggs just had to get out of the gas or he didn't clean both of them out. And Tiny Horse, who's been riding that outside for a good while, literally 32 laps, made it work. And he's going to end up possibly solidifying that 3rd spot as, woo, boy, we got some of them back there just banging straight off the wall right here. Looking up through the field, trying to see who it was. Yeah, it was MDW. Slide up just a little bit too high and got up into the fence. That's going to open the door for Jurassic, Keith Haney, all these guys right here coming to 2 laps to go before we get ready to pass some stage points, Stephen.
Yeah, Jeff Merck's got to be happy that there's only 2 or 3 laps to go, because if it's any longer than that, Holden McGill's going to put him a lap down. They're now in the same corner. And I know Holden McGill can see him very easy right now. He's got his target set for him.
Yeah, but I think Jeff Merck's going to be in prime position to go ahead and stay on the lead lap. The whole rear end basically kind of knocked off right there. But here comes Holden McGill going through 1 and 2. Fantastic drive by him as he works his way off of turn number 2. This pit road has just closed, so this is actually 2 to go right here, folks. When they come back around, they will end up getting that white flag for stage number 1. So we'll see how that ends up working out. McGill coming off of turn 4. Tristan Bruce right behind him. As you're going to see him go across the line right here. This is the last lap for stage number 1. McGill. And, wow, we're hearing MDW going in. They might penalize him for that one right there, Stephen. We'll see how this ends up working out. But MDW, he goes in. Holden McGill through 3 and 4. Now just going into 3 and coming out of 4. Holden McGill, he put it on the pole, and that's exactly where he's going to finish. Stage 1 goes to HDM. Got to give him a nickname somehow. Holden D. McGill gets it done for stage 1. He will win that stage. Tristan Bruce, Ryan Johnson, Dustin Scruggs, Stephen Thomas, the top 5, rest of the top 10 that will receive those stage points. Jordan Jurassic, Keith Haney, Tim Wade, Keith Bradley, and Adam Newton from 20th all the way up to 10th. That's a good stage right there, Stephen.
Yeah, it was. It was great to watch. They had a lot of lead changes. We had had a couple of 3 wides going on there in that stage, and a lot of fighting back and forth for different positions. And it was a lot of fun. And no cautions either. That was nice.
And the big kicker right here is going to be, what are they going to do right here with MDW? Because, folks, remember, pit road is closed. Pit road is closed for 2 to go. So if he goes in, he's going to get a penalty. And that's what you're seeing right there. He's actually sitting right now in his box, but he's going to make it out. We'll see how that works out. Everybody coming down right here for 4 fresh tires right here. They're going to fill it up. And at least that's what I would think, Steven. I mean, I wouldn't think any of them would want to take 2 tires right there after 37 laps.
No, if they're smart, they'll take all 4 tires, because even though usually when they take 2 tires, they're the outside tires because they're the ones that wear out the worst. Those lefts could basically go down at any time. And so, yeah, they need to take all 4 tires here.
That's exactly what it looked like everybody did. McGill's going to beat them out. Tristan Bruce coming out. Ryan Johnson is going to come out. Basically, everybody coming out. the same way that they went in, with the exception of maybe a couple of them that maybe jumped around. We'll see how that ends up working out. Folks, we're going to step away for just a quick break. Let you hear from some of our fantastic sponsors here with Nazareth. Don't go anywhere. You've been watching the Concerns of Police Survivors Truck Series here from Hot Atlanta, live on the Nazareth 360 Racing Network. Folks, we're back here at Hot Atlanta, here for the Glass Mechanic 202nd race in the playoffs, or second race rather, in the first round of the playoffs. Obviously, MDW locked in, got that win last week. Now we're going to see if we can bring up Mr. Holden McGill, wherever he is, if we can find him. Yeah, down there with Cody Knott in Warrior Racing. And see if we can slide him up here, if I can get my mouse to work right. And there he is, stage 1 winner. Holden McGill, baby, you put it on the pole, and you absolutely ran lights out right there. Congratulations on that first stage.
Thanks, Jake.
And obviously, I was waiting for something afterwards, but anyway, I didn't. Maybe I gotta help you out here. What's it like out there in the truck here in Atlanta? What's it like?
It's slick. you can probably tell from everybody else sliding around. It's pretty slick out here. It feels like a very old school race. We're just out here trying to take care of our tires.
And basically, what you said, it's a hold my beer kind of out there. That's all you can do right there. You just hold my beer and watch this. That's basically what it is, right?
Absolutely. I don't have a hand to hold it right now.
Well, good luck with you out there, Holden. Congratulations on that first stage, and hopefully, never know, we'll be talking to you after the race.
Thanks, bud.
We'll see how that works out for him. Might have cut him off a little bit short right there, but obviously going through 3 and 4, the need to get the minds right, get ready for this restart, get zoned in. We'll set it up for you. Holden McGill on the inside, took the inside as your pole sitter. Tristan Bruce up 6 spots. Tiny Horse up 1 spot. Scruggs up 1 spot. Thomas up 7 spots. That's the top 5. Green flag in the air, and here we go again with this Hot Atlanta rodeo going into turn number 1. McGill got it on the bottom. Bruce right behind him. Johnson back there. He's going to get to the inside of Scruggs. They're going to fan out. Trying to get single file. Little battle right there with Haiti and Bradley off of turn 2.
Boy, those first 5 stretched out and went single file pretty quick. I was kind of surprised at that. I thought they would make more of a race out of it there at the restart.
And Sharon out there in the live chat, go T. Bruce. Obviously, he's going to go. That's exactly where he's going to go. He's going to go to the top. Tristan Bruce to the outside, trying to get him 7 spots from where he started. And obviously, it is the big one up here at the front. T. Bruce taking the lead off the outside of Holden McGill. Can he hold on to it? We'll see how that ends up working out for him. T. Bruce, he's got the lead off turn 4.
If T. Bruce keeps taking that high line, he won't be able to keep Bill wear those tires down really quick. But I have a feeling now that he's going about midline, so not too bad. But if he went any higher, he'll wear those tires out quick.
He's looking pretty good right here. A little battle right here. Scruggs on the inside. Jurassic up top. He's got to help Johnson. Scruggs now on the bottom side. Thomas right behind him. You got Haney back there not too far back. Keith Bradley back from him as well. Big battles as you see them going through this quad oval right here. And Steven, it looks simple. It looks just basically like, say, Charlotte or say Texas. It's not. Not this one. This one right here, you hit it the wrong way. That back end will step out and you will absolutely slide all over the place right there in that quad oval. Imagine driving a Gen 4 car that we run with the Gen 4 with the NASRA Cup Series here. I'm telling you, we'll be lucky if we finish, if it is on the schedule. But there you see T. Bruce trying to hold off Holden McGill. Jurassic up there in the third spot. He's got around Tiny Horse going into one.
Yeah, I give him about another 5 or 6 laps, and we'll start seeing them getting loose again, and when they come out of, especially out of turn 4. But right now they got enough grip on those tires; they don't have to worry about it too much. They just got to take care of them.
You see T. Bruce actually kind of riding right there, kind of straddling that first seam. What that's going to do is it's going to help him get the truck to turn. It just depends on how he ends up driving. He might end up burning them up. There you see Dane Hagan right there up in the fence up here. Dane actually having a pretty good night. Started 14th. Now he's sitting in 10th. He's got Ted Wade and Keith Bradley just shot around him, but now Wade trying to work the top side. Right behind him, Adam Newton back here trying to reel him in as well. And there you see, obviously, he's got the Camel, or, well, I don't know if that's the Camel or not. I can't remember from the door banging download. Obviously, it is the Murph's Magical Creations, but that is the power of the Unicorn that he's got on his. And trying to figure out which one of them's got the power of the Camel on it. May have to end up getting with Keith and Adam. If one of them get up here with a stage, maybe we can figure out who's got the power of the Camel here tonight. There you see Thomas and Haney going into 3.
Yeah, Keith Haney's climbed 10 spots. He's looking for more as we watch Tristan Bruce holding McGill now. Getting ready to go into turn 1, followed by Jordan Jurassic in the 6. Ryan Johnson in the 38 and Dustin Scruggs in the 11 for the top 5.
Looking pretty good right here. Everybody's single file till you get back here and watch Haney and Thomas. Bradley trying to roll. Which lane will he go? Will he go to the bottom? Will he go to the top? Wade made his decision for him. Wade's going to take the top. Bradley's got to keep it on the bottom. McGill trying to reel in Tristan Bruce, but check it out. Everybody slipping, sliding, going through the first part of the quad oval. They hit the second part of the quad oval. Bradley's going to take the bottom. Thomas goes up top. Haney's going to slide up. Scruggs on the bottom. And Wade trying to work on that outside lane. May end up giving it a little shot. Riding on board, folks. Check it out. That's how thin the line is. Yeah, and obviously everybody out of shape. You got to try to keep it in gear, keep it in your lane. Ted Wade, he's going to work that outside. Bradley gets loose off 4.
And what's going to be interesting is this stage is 5 laps farther. Now, you wouldn't think 5 laps would make that much of a difference, but these guys are starting to slide around already. It's going to be interesting to see how they handle these trucks just before the end of the stage, too.
Somebody saying something about a blinker. It's Keith Haney, and Haney is absolutely gone on my end. No sight of Keith Haney. Still looking. Quality has dropped big time on that 87. Looking right now, paying good. Quality is not. Haney, who was on a magical run in that 87, may be in big problems right here. Have not seen that 87 come back. But the Pink Animal Goat Locker, Keith Haney, he is not looking too good right now. Still do not see him on my end. As we're seeing Tiny Horse right here. Old Tiny Horse trying to go for 3rd. Jurassic right there in front of him. McGill still hounding at the back bumper of Tristan Bruce.
Yeah, I think, I have a feeling Keith Haney's long gone. He's already a lap down from these guys.
There you saw Ryan Johnson right there. Jurassic up top, trying to work a little bit of that middle, I guess you could say. Get the Jurassic cam right here, more or less. We can see it right there. There it is! We got the Jurassic cam! How about that one right there? Dean just threw that one in my ear, folks. I had to throw that one at you right there. Here you go, man. Check it out. Yeah, see that wheel moving right there? And, folks, that's exactly what it looks like when you're in your sim rig and that back end steps out. You got to snap that wheel. You got to try to get it straight. It'll look like it on the sim. It'll look like it ain't that much, but just that one little twitch in the wheel can be the difference between being able to save that truck and pulling a Kyle Larson and going head on into the wall like he did earlier on late in this past NASCAR Cup Series season. Here, mind you, but not on the old surface, obviously.
Yeah, I didn't see the 9 of Blanchard, if he got into some trouble or not, but these leaders are catching up to him quick now. He's trailing everybody.
Yeah, we're actually looking right here. Yes, Keith Haney has dropped due to an upload packet loss. So obviously that is going to be the quality. Hearing from, like you were saying about Blanchard, I'm trying to see kind of what happened to Blanchard right here. I don't really see anything out of the wildness of this, but MDW is actually one lap down, and one of those things I was talking about a while ago was that he entered a closed pit. And you cannot do that because pit road is closed with 2 to go. Race director TJ Moore, they closed the pits. They always have. Close it with 2 to go if they know that there will be a caution at the end of the stage. So that's exactly what happened. Wood pitted with McGill and them coming to get the white flag. They were already inside that 2 to go. So Wood ended up getting penalized for 1 lap. And that's why you see him 1 lap down. Bad part is, Gregory's up there in front of him. Wood may not get the lucky dog, but it's like we said, Steven, he's locked into the next round anyway. He doesn't care.
Yeah, he's locked in. And I was just going to say the same thing. Stephen McGregory's 1 spot ahead of him, also a lap down. So Gregory would get the lucky dog if the caution comes out before we get to the end of stage. If not, it'll be at the end of stage. He'll get that lucky dog back.
A lot of these guys out there trying to save all they can, obviously. We're going to 75 to end the stage, right at 20 laps to go that you see right there on your screen. Here you see Jurassic sliding up, Ted Wade trying to roll right there as well. Well, I'm telling you, you got to love this right here. You got to love this. I mean, this right here, folks, obviously for old school racing right here, this is as good as it gets right here. With slipping and sliding around, racing like they're on a dirt track when they're really on a 1.5 mile asphalt track right here in Atlanta, Georgia. So, I mean, it's unbelievable to see this. And unfortunately, they repaved it because of some great racing. But, I mean, hey, I love it just the same. McGill may love it a little bit more. Sharon might want to hide your eyes. Don't want to see this right here. McGill to the inside, lap truck up the road. Possibly going to be Chris Blanchard right here. This is going to get good right here. This is going to be rough right here, but Tristan Bruce still able to gas up and roll around on the outside.
I think Blanchard, he's got a pretty good head on his shoulders. I think he'll get out of their way. But can Tristan Bruce hang on to the lead till the end of the stage, because Holden McGill is hot on his bumper right now. And we've already seen him poke his nose inside trying to get around him.
We're seeing out there in the live chat, Bobby out there, where the 57 truck, the best one. I will say this. We didn't have the budget. we didn't have the budget. We wasn't able to load it up on the trailer and get it out here tonight. So sorry, Bobby. Hate it for you out there. Hopefully we'll be able to get back out there. Hopefully we'll get out there and we'll race around a little bit. Check out Murph's Magical Creations, the 19 to the inside, but Wade gets to ride on the outside. I'm just kidding, Bobby. Just kidding. We would have had the budget, but wanted to get up here and call a great race and great side-by-side racing that you see right here. McGill, Bruce, there's Blanchard. Where's Blanchard going to go? I'm sure race director TJ Moore hounding right now on Chris Blanchard, trying to tell him to pick a lane because he's right smack dab in the middle of the racetrack.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting how they play it out. Looks like Blanchard's going to stay high. Oh, Bruce gives him a good bump down that back stretch. Holding McGill on the inside. They're going 3 wide now. But Tristan Bruce right now so far has held on to that lead just barely.
And, you know, big thing about that right there, Steven, I mean, if you watched Holden McGill, he literally came down and give Bruce a little bit of room. But the problem is on iRacing, unless you got somebody actually spotting for you, all the iRacing spotter will do is tell you if there's somebody to your inside, to your outside, if there's a wreck or something like that. Only problem is that as we're hearing Shane Trotter went around the 16, but no caution yet. But back to that, the spotter's not going to actually tell you how close somebody is on your inside. So he's got to guess at that point, either that or hit another button and try to look over and see if Holden McGill's tied on his door. So Tristan Bruce just basically just held it straight, tagged him in the tailgate, and then thankfully he was able to have a hole to slide in, so he will continue. Now Johnson Tiny Horse is going to enter this mix for the battle for the lead.
Yeah, Shane Trotter got loose coming out of that treacherous turn 4. Luckily, he was able to save it. Mowed the lawn, but he was able to save it and get back on the track with no caution.
Mowing the lawn. That's what we love right there. No, actually, I'm just kidding, folks. I hate absolutely mowing the lawn. Actually, I rent. They pay for it. Anyway, I got to... Anyway, Tristan Bruce blinking a little bit. Apparently the blinking might end up costing some of these guys here. Now, we've already had a couple of them blinking here this evening. Bruce able to fire around the outside. He will gain sole possession of the lead. McGill will go back to second. Johnson still in third. Dustin Scruggs way back here, a second and a half back watching this battle. You see Scruggs, Thomas, and Jurassic back there along with Keith Bradley. But Johnson trying to work that outside. He's been very good working that top side. Trying to ride that seam like I was talking about. Help that truck turn. Gets a run right here. We'll see what he does with it. Woo!
Ryan Johnson sticks his nose up underneath, Holden McGill trying to get past him. Couldn't quite get it done. And he's got to be careful up there on that top, wearing them tires down with now 11 laps to go.
That lap truck up there, I believe that is Matthew Montgomery in the 96, and yes, it is. So they're actually going to be catching Montgomery pretty quick right here. One thing I will say about that right there, McGill got lucky. He was going to dive it down to the bottom side. Johnson had the run. Johnson could have just straight up tagged him and spun him out. But, I mean, that's rough right there. But he was able to keep it back a little bit and not run over him. And, yeah, I mean, everybody's good. But McGill, I mean, he kind of come down and chopped his nose a little bit. But Johnson probably just going to be all cool with it right there and just try to ride. Now Johnson's going to roll in on the bottom side. McGill trying to work the middle. Oh, no. Johnson backs away a little bit. Now McGill's going to go for the lead on Tristan Bruce.
Tristan Bruce still holding on to that lead. And I think the good thing with what Tristan Bruce is doing, he's going on that middle lane in the turns. So he's not eating up his tires as bad as he would on the outside. But he's also got the movement, I just lost the word. Anyways, he's got the movement coming out of the turn and able to stay ahead of Holden McGill. The momentum.
Momentum. That's something we're going to be hearing a lot of here tonight is momentum. These guys being able to use that momentum. Montgomery not too far ahead of them right now, that lap truck rather. But here comes Tiny Horse to the outside. McGill going to go back to third. Tiny Horse may enter the conversation. It may have something right here for old T-Bruce right here. As now Johnson down to the bottom side. He got around McGill. Will he get to the inside and challenge Tristan Bruce? Bruce sideways off a 2, but he's going to get the run. Bruce holds on to the lead.
Coming up to that last traffic here really quick. We'll have to see what he gives them any room, either down below or up above. We'll find out here shortly as T-Bruce still holding on to that middle lane.
Doesn't look like it's going to work out as Johnson's actually going to dive it down to the inside, to the left rear quarter panel, to the door. Montgomery, they are catching the lap car of Montgomery. Where will he go? As we are coming to 6 to go right here in stage number 2 rather. Sitting there watching both of them right there. T-Bruce got sideways. There was 2. It almost was 1 right there. They almost met. Bruce sideways. Johnson very stable on the bottom. McGill trying to work the bottom as well. Where will Montgomery go as we are 6 to go in stage number 2?
Ryan Johnson takes the inside of turns 1 and 2 and was able to hold off Tristan Bruce and get past him. I'm waiting for Johnson not to give Tristan Bruce the room that he needs, and he can get him caught behind the 96. But he was able to get down there in front of Holden McGill and be able to do it.
Worked out good for him. Now here comes McGill. They will bypass the lap traffic of Matthew Montgomery. Now McGill down to the inside. Bruce up top. McGill, will he be able to make the pass? Or is Tiny Horse Ryan Johnson going to run away with this thing? 5 to go in stage number 2 as McGill on the bottom, Bruce up top. Johnson still trying to get away, and Scruggs and Thomas, they're not too far back in this battle. A little bit of chaos might happen right here. They may end up paying off for them.
And McGill and Bruce still trying to fight for that second position as Bruce takes control of it for now. We have Ryan Johnson in the lead, Tristan Bruce, Holden McGill, Dustin Scruggs, Stephen Thomas, the top 5.
Robbie Richards, one of those guys electing to go down pit road from what we're hearing. This is perfect timing right here if you want to try to leapfrog and try to get something done right here. That's what we're going to see right here. Bruce holds on to second. McGill holding down third right now, as now they're starting to separate themselves. McGill and Bruce straight up just slugging it out right now for that second spot, trying to get it going right here. But Tiny Horse absolutely trying to run away with this thing with 3 laps to go right here. See how this ends up working out. Bruce up top, McGill on the bottom, and Tiny Horse, like I said, he's running away with it.
Yeah, Bruce and McGill, they keep fighting for that second spot. That's going to cause them to slow down a little bit. And Ryan Johnson will just continue to get that gap bigger and bigger. But it also lets Scruggs and Thomas back there get closer to them also.
See it out there, a little bit of comments from what happened with MDW. We'll talk a little bit about that here in just a second. It's 2 laps to go right here in stage number 2. Pit road was just closed. So Johnson, he's trying to get away. Bruce trying to hold on to second. McGill in third. Everybody separating themselves from Dustin Scruggs, Thomas, Jurassic Newton, Rodriguez, Bradley, and Wade. That's the top 10. Last lap in stage number 2. And, boy, I'm going to tell you, I thought Holden McGill was probably going to be the best truck out here tonight. Tiny Horse may end up just throwing it all to the side and saying, you forgot about old Tiny Horse. I may have something to say about this whole thing. But obviously, still got a long way to go. But Tiny Horse flexing a little bit of muscle. Here in Hot Atlanta, comes off turn 4, Ryan Johnson will end up winning stage number 2. Bruce is going to be able to edge out Holden McGill for second. Dustin Scruggs is going to get 4th. Stephen Thomas, 5th. Jordan Jurassic will get 6th. Adam Newton, Joshua Rodriguez, Keith Bradley, Ted Wade, the top 10. We do want to mention Isaac Bevan, 28th, all the way up to 11th. That's one of, if not your biggest mover in the field.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting now. Who takes tires, who don't, who only takes right sides. Because if they go in and change tires now, that leaves them one set that they can change later. And they still got a ways to go in this race.
Well, it's going to be a betting game right now. Who's your money on right now, and who's your money on your tires? That's going to be the thing. It's like you said, who's going to take those tires? Who's going to elect to not take those tires? This will be interesting right here to see how this ends up working out. But I mean, honestly, if it were me, I'd take the tires, because you don't want to be stuck out there on old shoes on an old track. Obviously, the time is, the time of when it is, track temp is pretty much just going to go ahead. I mean, it's pretty much maxed out at 85 degrees. So kind of comfortable, but at the same time, old track, yeah, you're going to wear your stuff out. Montgomery looked like he will end up getting that lucky dog, and he will deny Stephen Gregory from trying to get back on the lead lap. Everybody going down pit road right here in Atlanta. We'll see how this ends up working out. We'll see if we can see who takes what. Johnson, he takes right sides. He'll probably end up taking left sides. I think everybody may end up going for 4, but we'll see if anybody does elect to try to pull 2 tires. A couple of them back here in the back. Doesn't look like it. Whoa, Bruce tried to beat him out, but he wasn't able to do it. Tiny Horse is going to beat them all off of pit road. It looked like Scruggs beat off Holden McGill. And from what we're seeing right there, I think everybody took 4 tires because nobody else tried to beat out old Tiny Horse right there.
Yeah, I just did the math. We'll get going again here at about lap 80, 81, and that'll put them in a halfway using the 36, 37 lap mark to change tires. That'll put them right around lap 125, 126, and they'll be able to make it from there.
Well, folks, it's pretty much been clean and green all the way from the start. Don't go anywhere. We're going to step aside for just a second and hear from some of our sponsors. Don't go anywhere. You're watching the Concerns of Police Survivors Truck Series live here on the Nazareth 360 Racing Network.
For Murph's Magical Creations. Home to custom laser engraving and gifts. This veteran-owned and operated company engraves for all occasions. If you want one of Murph's Magical Creations.
Starbase 1552 Comics. We sell everything a collector would want. Comics, Funkos, action figures, and so many more. A real American comic book shop. We are online only. Starbase 1552 Comics. Find us on eBay Auctions.
Folks, we're back here at Hotlanta. Unfortunately, we'll not be able to get an interview with Tiny Horse unless we end up getting a caution right here. Somehow, some way. But I'll say this, I don't see it because everybody been minding their P's and Q's here tonight so far. So Johnson up front, Bruce on the outside, Dustin Scruggs, Stephen Thomas, Jordan Jurassic. That's the top 5. Adam Newton, Rodriguez, Wade, Bradley, and Bevan from 28th up to 10th. See how that ends up paying off for him. Green flag, big stack up. Wade almost ends up absolutely killing the truck.
We got
a little bit of a stack up happen. We got a stack up back in the back, and caution is out. Tiny Horse is going to get his wish. We'll be able to interview him here in a minute. Holden McGill down pit road for some reason. Not exactly sure what happened to Holden McGill right here, but I don't know exactly what happened with that, but see if we can get an idea of what happened right here on this restart. And it may have a little bit to do with Ted Wade, but it was a little bit back further back here. I believe around the Brian Chew area. And yes, it was. Called that one like it was called it like I knew it apparently, but it was a big stack up. Dane Hagen actually, there you see Hagen. And Chew's the one that goes around. Then there goes Ed Osborne. They go around. But the big stack up, watch Wade. Wade spins the tires right here. Meza right here behind them all. See Bevan right there. He's going to slide by it. He was able to gas it up. Meza gets on the brakes. Hagen got on the brakes. Chew wasn't able to get on the brakes fast enough. He ends up getting tagged. Ends up going around. You see Ted Wade right here. Obviously, you'll see it. Yeah, it steps on the throttle right there. Yeah, Probably tried to jump it. What do you think right there, Steven?
Yeah, it's possible he tried to jump it, but I think there'll be a couple of ELLs on this one. One for getting out of the race line, and the other one for running into the back of the other two and getting them around.
And pretty much, Dean was asking us, which one are we going to be looking at? Well, I mean, they're all there. I'm not real sure. I'm not real sure which one to call on that one, but I mean, you see it right there. There was a little bit of a stack up. It all happened when Ted Wade got sideways, and then everybody just kind of piled in. But that does give us the opportunity to talk to Mr. Tidy Horse right here, see if we can bring him in right here, as we are under caution right here. Montgomery will end up sliding by. I believe that was Montgomery. I believe it was. He will end up going back around. No, actually, it was not. It was Devin Painter. So Devin Painter will be your lucky dog. And we got Tiny Horse in the house. Ryan, sorry we got to you late. We was going to interview you after you won stage 2, but we cut the commercials a little bit long as we got to pay some bills around here. But, hey, caution worked out for you. We was able to still interview you. Congratulations on stage 2.
Appreciate it, buddy. Yeah, it's been fun running around old Atlanta here. The setup's pretty slick. The track's hot and slick, which it normally is. So, I mean, they don't call it, Hot Atlanta for a reason. But having fun, just trying to keep the truck under me and just have a good run.
And, Ryan, obviously, we talked about the old surface, which is what you are racing on now, and you got the new surface, which what there is today, obviously, because it's new. Anyway, which one do you prefer? Because a lot of people are upset, obviously, because the repave, and then they done the new one, and there's just a bunch of beef and a bunch of chaos about that. So which would you prefer, this surface or the new one?
Old. I love the old surface. It's so much fun to me. I like super speedway racing. I like doing it. I like watching it, but I don't know. Maybe it's because I've had bad luck there, but I prefer the old.
Steven, you got anything for Ryan right here?
How's this track doing with the tires? Is it eating up the tires pretty hard? We've been talking about it all race.
Oh yeah, it's killing them. I guess I figured something out on that last run, because the first run, I destroyed my right rear. It was a handful, and that last run, it felt really good throughout the whole run. So I got to keep doing what I did there.
Well, Tiny Horse gets stage 2. We'll see if he can try to knock it out and get the third one and be able to lock himself into the next round. Tiny Horse, Ryan Johnson, appreciate your time, buddy.
Thank you, buddy.
This old Tiny Horse, Ryan Johnson. Folks, if you haven't yet, if you want to know why that nickname is Tiny Horse, well, check it out. Door Bang and Download, Apple and Spotify podcasts. Had him as a beer buddy on that show. And me and him had a talk, had a very, very cool talk. Obviously learned a lot about Ryan. And as I mentioned, that nickname, why and how he got that nickname, it came up on that show. So if you're curious as to why we're calling him Tiny Horse, go check it out. Door Bang and Download, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. As I say each and every week, though, make sure you ain't got the kids around, because we say a lot on there we can't say on the broadcast. And always a good time talking with some of the drivers and getting real. Sometimes maybe a little bit too real, Dean. We've had you on the show, and you wouldn't even throw beef out. So, I mean, unfortunate for that one. But anyway, here we go. Getting ready for a restart. And we'll see how this ends up working out. Johnson, Bruce, Scruggs, Thomas, Jurassic, top 5. We'll see if they can keep it clean for this restart. Looks like they're going to be able to pull it off. Tiny Horse gets the lead. Bruce straight down on the bottom side. He's going to block that advance. Now Stephen Thomas up on the top side. Scruggs, he's going to try to roll as well. Big move right here, though. How about him? Oh, we got one in the wall. Joshua Rodriguez off of turn 2.
Watching these guys, Ryan Johnson now and Tristan Bruce, seeing what he can do on his outside, see if he can retake this lead. Right now, they're side by side, trying to get it going. And Dustin Scruggs right behind them also. And Jordan Jurassic sneaks on down to the inside, giving Scruggs a little bit of a hard time there.
I'll say this, there was no hole there, but Jurassic made one, and it ended up working out for it. Now Scruggs to the top. Jurassic trying to roll on that bottom side. You can see this all go on. Back from the leader of Tiny Horse. Ryan Johnson still got that lead. Now Scruggs gets a run. He may be looking to the outside of old T. Bruce. Actually, scratch that. T. Bruce has the lead. Johnson slipping back a little bit, maybe trying to save a little tire like we were talking about, Stephen.
Dustin Scruggs still trying to get up to the bumper there of Tristan Bruce. Ryan Johnson down towards the bottom. Jurassic hot on his tail. And Stephen Thomas back there also trying to get past Tristan Bruce to retake the lead and hopefully win the checker flag.
We're hearing some out there in the live chat. Some of them wanting to know exactly what happened to Holden McGill. Not real sure exactly what happened to Holden McGill. Something happened 4 laps down for Holden McGill. As we got a crash out there on the track, Gregory goes around. He's looking back to kind of see exactly what happened to Holden McGill, but Stephen Gregory into 61 goes around, brings out another caution. And we'll see if we can try to size it up for you, let you know kind of what happens right here with old Stephen Gregory. Everything looked good for him going through 1 and 2. There you see right there with Shane Trotter right here in the 16. Oh, it was a little bit of a stack up right there with Hagan. Hagan ends up getting into it as well as the 25 of James Beard. So Hagan kind of got tagged in the right rear, sends him up the racetrack. Beard ends up trying to miss it, and then Gregory gets the worst of it. Head on into the wall. Beard goes head on into the wall as well, but everybody able to slide right by and not T-bone Stephen Gregory, which is something you really don't want to do here, obviously. But Gregory, looks like minor contact with the front end, Stephen.
Yeah, I guess it's just that slick track and people getting in a hurry. James Beard in this case. Got a long ways to go. There's no reason to be pushing people around now.
And from what it looked like, honestly, New Age Simulations was talking about, the Holden McGill incident. We got guys on pit road, Brandon Broadfoot, Brandon Bullock, one of those drivers going in, Huck Wigginton, Brad Chew, all those guys going in. Back to the Holden McGill thing, it looked like his steering wheel. It had something to do with his steering wheel because he was parked on the bottom of the racetrack. Something was a big miss on the Holden McGill machine. But big thing about that is Holden McGill will get the lucky dog right here, and he will be 3 laps down. So these drivers don't want to see these cautions. I got a feeling Holden McGill is just absolutely happy to see all of these cautions right here that we're seeing right here.
Yeah, he's had some issues, and every time they get a caution flag, he gets to get a lap back. So he needs, 2 more now to get back on that lead lap and be able to play spoiler again.
Stage 1 winner Holden McGill is in a hole right here. Obviously, you see Jeff Merck right there not having the night that he wants. We'll see how this ends up working out for him. Probably a little bit of damage, probably on that number 60 from the last caution or cautions previous. You see Tristan Bruce up here at the front. There you see the graph right there, the grid right there. And Steven, obviously, we got Wade, we got Bradley, we got Merck down here at the bottom. A lot of stuff has happened here this evening. Montgomery 2 up. He slipped a little bit. Adam Newton right there on the cut line. He's up here big time up here in the top 10. Broadfoot, we saw him on pit road. A lot of guys moving around right here. Obviously, this graph that you see on the left side will change, obviously, for next week, which is going to be a good one, no doubt. And then after that, we will knock it all the way down from the Sweet 20 all the way to the Fast 14.
Yeah, it's getting that time. These guys that are on the bubble, they need to really get something going here, or they won't advance after next week. Oh, they gotta. I don't know what they gotta do, but they gotta do something.
And next week we're going to a fantastic racetrack, which is Homestead Miami Speedway. That is next week's race. There you see it right there on your schedule. Be next Friday, 11/22/24 for 150 laps. Hopefully you and yours will join us next week. Getting ready for a restart. Doubling up, going through one. T. Bruce, he looks like he may have something for some of these boys up here, but it looks like Ryan Johnson is just, honestly, in my pick, I mean, you know, I'll say this. I'm watching for T. Bruce right here. I think he's going to try to get up, get going right here. Scruggs, he's been up there at the front. Johnson, obviously your stage 2 winner. Jurassic's been up there. Thomas, Bradley up there as well. Who you keeping your eye on right here for this final run right here, Steven?
Yeah, sorry, I was getting talked to with my wife. So I missed what you had said. But I did notice one thing though, that so far the biggest mover of the race is Isaac Bevan. He's up 17 spots in 11th.
Well, I mean, you called it right there, and obviously if your wife is hollering at you, make sure that you listen to her, because you don't want to end up having some type of divorce happen, and let's not even get into that. But here we go. Tristan Bruce to the inside. Scruggs up top. Johnson on the bottom. Jurassic on his outside. Green flags in the air. We're back underway here in Atlanta, and Bruce able to time that restart perfectly. Johnson able to time it just as well. He will dive to the inside. Scruggs is going to slide back. He's going to go to third. Here comes Stephen Thomas to the inside. Now he's going to fall in line off turn 2.
Yeah. T. Bruce right now is still holding on to that lead. Ryan Johnson a few seconds, about a quarter of a second behind him. Everybody behind him, though, are getting ready to stack up and try and make some moves with less than 50 laps to go, or just about 50 laps to go.
Jurassic going to try to ride that high line, get him a run. He's going to get around Thomas. Now Scruggs trying to go to the inside of Ryan Johnson. So Scruggs to the inside. He's got a nose. Jurassic goes all the way to the penthouse. 3 wide. Now Scruggs on the bottom. May have to come up a little bit. Oh, boy. Jurassic almost come down and almost door banged with Tiny Horse. Still 3 wide going through the quad oval. And just by a hair, Scruggs is able to clear himself from Tiny Horse. Jurassic riding the top, riding the momentum. But Bruce tries to throw the block on him in turn 2.
Scruggs and Jurassic side by side coming into turn 3. Yeah, I'm sorry, Scruggs and Jurassic. And then now Scruggs is trying to fight for that spot to get away, get up on Tristan Bruce. Trying to get up there, just can't quite do it. Jurassic hot on Bruce's tail. And here comes Scruggs again. Gets in front of Jordan Jurassic as they're still fighting back and forth for that second and third spot.
A little bit of tailgate banging from front bumper to back bumper. That was Jurassic and Bruce. You saw it all live right here on the Nazareth 360 Racing Network. Now Jurassic takes from the top to the bottom, trying to go for the lead. Bruce, he'll get kicked up on the middle side. Jurassic sends it on the bottom, tries to make it stick, slides up, pushing Bruce up the hill. Bruce gets sideways, but he's going to stay at his door-to-door battle for the lead. Who is going to win it here tonight? Locked himself in to the Fast 14. Jurassic on the bottom, Bruce up top, Scruggs right behind him, watching it all take place.
You know, I'm kind of surprised after watching what Merck did Wednesday night. He's not farther up here in this race. He's still back there towards the back somewhere, not able to do anything apparently. But watching Tristan Bruce, Jordan Jurassic still going at it on the back stretch. Bruce on the outside, Jurassic inside, coming into turn 3. Can Bruce do it this time?
Bruce trying to get the run. Bruce trying to get the run on that outside lane. Jurassic, who went literally penthouse all the way to the outhouse on the bottom side, but the outhouse has not really ended up messing him up. Now he's got to keep it on the bottom. Now Scruggs will follow. right behind them. Thomas trying to figure out where he wants to go. Battle's going on all the way through the field, but we're going to stay with the battle for the lead. And Jesse's going to get into this. Oh, boy, he gets into Bruce, and Bruce slides up. Johnson gets collected in this as well. Johnson goes around. Bruce goes around after a bad bump draft or bad move on the inside. Takes out T. Bruce and Ryan Johnson. Caution on the Speedway once again. And unfortunately, two of the heavy hitters in the field get collected. Check it out right here for a pulse popper. Instant replay. There you see it. Jurassic on the inside. Just a little bit of a wiggle, giggle, jiggle on the inside. Gets in the left rear. Spins Bruce up the hill. Bruce slides up and nowhere for Tiny Horse to go. Goes head on into it. And unfortunately, it looks like Tiny Horse may have some serious damage right here. But what's your take on this one right here, Steven? Because, I mean, Jurassic was there, but it kind of looked like he might have come up and kind of hooked him.
Yeah, I'd have to see it again. If you could back it up a little bit farther, Dean. Yeah, they're side by side coming out of the turn. Yeah, I just think Jurassic thought maybe he was clear trying to get behind him, and he wasn't. But we know T. Bruce, he is not a happy camper at this time.
Absolutely is not. Leaders electing to stay out right here. Jurassic is going to go in, and odds are probably because he is going to get the EOL penalty for that. A couple of others electing to go down. Rodriguez is going to beat them all off of pit road. A couple of others electing to go down as well. There you see OT Bruce. He's going to try to get some damage fixed. Ed Osborne coming out. Brandon Broadfoot. Other drivers coming out right here. There you see T. Bruce right there. There's Jeff Mert coming in. Probably trying to fix some more damage from earlier on in this race because, Steven, obviously that stage 1, stage 2 was clean. It was clean all the way through it. Maybe had a little bit of slips and slides through it. It's stage 3 right here. It's been caution field.
Yeah, it has. And you know, sometimes we expect this in that stage 3, that Nazar chaos kicking in early, and I think that's what's going on. These guys are just getting a little aggressive, trying to fight for position. And speaking of the pit stops, I noticed some of these guys at Kirk Wigington, they just went in, got fuel, and came right back out. Top off and go. Then, of course, there were guys down there also, like you said, getting some repairs done.
Well, folks, while we have a second, looks like they're probably going to be 2 to green. We're going to step aside real quick. Let me grab me another cold beer. You're watching the Concerns of Police Survivors Truck Series live here on the Nazareth 360 Racing Network. Folks, we are back here double wide and getting ready to rock and roll once again here in Atlanta. Scruggs up on that front row, trying to get him a win, lock himself in. Stephen Thomas on that outside. Adam Newton, Keith Bradley, Matt Cherry. That's the top 5. Folks, I'm the Redneck announcer, Jake Reeves. Steve the Viking Bartlett in the house. And great, awesome graphics and great production work by our great producer, Mr. Dean Hopton Biggles, does a fantastic job each and every night here with the Nazareth 360 Racing Network. And this is going to get good right here. We'll see how this ends up working out right there. Already seeing a little bit of beef out there in the live chat. I'm not surprised by that one bit. Let's see how this ends up working out right here, folks. We're actually going to do a little bit different right here. We're going to do it for this restart. Give you 2 laps of silence from us. Let you hear these engines. Green flag. We're racing back here at Atlanta. Feeling the thunder. That's what we're hearing tonight at Hot Atlanta. Scruggs trying to get away. Thomas trying to hold on to that second spot. Adam Newton, he's up 17 spots. Started 20th. He's all the way up in third. His teammate Keith Bradley, hip checked, right in tow, right behind him. Front 4 looking like they're trying to break away. And Matt Cherry up here as well in the top 5. We saw from that earlier spin at the start of the race. Cherry back up here inside the top 5 in the number 45.
During that silent period that we had just listening to the trucks go by, the 96 of Matthew Montgomery, he got loose coming out of turn 4 during that time and mowed the grass. He was able to save it and get back on the track. So that was a good save on his part.
They are catching a lap truck of James Beard right now in that number 25. Beard 3 laps down right now. We did want to mention Holden McGill 2 laps down right now. So if something was to happen and he was to get back into this bad boy, watch out for that number 12. We'll see how it ends up working out for him. Newton up top. Thomas down to the bottom. Newton thought about going to the top side, trying to make a run happen, but to no avail. They'll stay single file as Murph's Magical Creations 19 trying to rock and roll as Jurassic up into the wall. Justin White up here trying to make a name for all of this. Started 13th. Haven't talked about old Justin all night long. Here he is up here inside the top 10 when it matters most.
Yeah, look at all them trucks behind him trying to get up there as well. But it looks like Justin has a little bit more than those guys as he is trying now to get past the 11 of Dustin Scruggs. It looked like, but maybe I was seeing things. We got Stephen Thomas behind Dustin Scruggs.
Yeah, Justin White, I mean, we really haven't talked about him all night long. A couple of times he was outside the top 20 at one point. Now White back up here inside the top 8. Everybody trying to keep it calm, cool, and collected really up front. Check this out. Here's the Matthew Montgomery incident. Just clipped the grass a little bit, mowed a little bit of the grass. I'm sure the great state of Georgia will absolutely love his service. So thank you very much, Matthew Montgomery, for your service of cutting the lawn through the quad oval. Keith Bradley goes to the top side. Matt Cherry trying to motor back from that first lap, if you want to call it that, first lap where he broke loose, went all the way to the back. Cherry trying to rally back up here, sitting in that 5th spot. He's got Ted Wade right behind him, and Jordan Jurassic back up here, sitting in that 7th spot. Now 6th as he goes around Ted Wade.
Give it about another 8 to 10 laps, and I think it'll be Nazareth Chaos time. These guys are going to step it up, get more aggressive than they already have been, trying to get back up there to that front, at least in the top 5, to get the most points they can at the checkered flag.
You're all for that chaos, ain't you? You're all for it. You love it. You love it. We got beef. We love beef. We love all that. And Jurassic Still trying to fire down on that inside. Cherry up top, right in front of him. He's got the front 4 right in front of him. Front 6, if you want to call it that, as they are catching the lap truck of James Beard. Now you see Justin White back here sitting comfortably right now in the 8th spot. And tip of the cap, I must say, as you see Justin White right here, look at him. He's kind of zoned out. Looks like he's about half asleep. Wake up. Wake up, Justin White. Come on, baby. You're looking like you're about half asleep. But tip of the cap to the man behind him. That's the one really out of all this. Literally almost started dead last. 86 of Kyle Hess up here in the 9th spot. Now 8th as he's going to work his way around Justin White. Big drive right there by Kyle Hess. So tip of the old ball cap to old Kyle Hess for making it work. As we're seeing big moves right here up here at the front. Jordan Jurassic, where did he come from? On the inside. Scruggs on the outside trying to make it work. Jurassic, he was 6th at one point coming across the line. Out of nowhere, Jurassic, he's up here. He's got the lead.
Jurassic hangs on to the lead going into turn 3 and 4. Scruggs behind him. Jurassic starting to pull away. Almost a half a second lead now in front of Justin Scruggs. Stephen Thomas about another quarter second behind Scruggs. So things are starting to actually calm down a little bit. These guys are getting spread out, but I don't expect it to stay this way too long.
Yeah, but they're really starting to slip and slide as you see Cherry trying to work the top side. Newton down on the bottom side trying to see if he can make it work. Now Newton trying to rock and roll as you see it right here on the inside. Newton starting to slip back a little bit. How about this right here? 86. Kyle Hess up here. Put his name up there on the board. He's going to go to 6th. Remember, I talked about it, folks. Started 31st in the field. He may have a shot to get up there around Cherry and get his name called and get him up here in the top 5. So big drive right here. A feel-good story, I guess you could say, for old Kyle Hess. And obviously there you see it right there, the Buddy Project right there on the front of his truck. Maybe if he gets the podium or something happens, maybe we can ask old Kyle Hess about the Buddy Project. Seems like it's a pretty good time right there for that 86 as he is going to dive down to the inside, and he is going to look like maybe not. Maybe Cherry will get the run off of the corner. Maybe not. Kyle Hess, congratulations. You're in the top 5.
And Matthew Cherry decides he's going to just come right there behind him as they're coming out of turn 3 and 4 now. Jordan Jurassic still up there in the lead. 1.2 second lead now over Destin Scruggs.
We're hearing something about Cody Knott. What is going on back here with the 26? See him back here. Started 36th in the field, dead last. Actually, 35, actually, if you want to call it that. TJ Moore actually started 35th, but he's race director. He doesn't count. But Cody Knott started dead last. He's up here in 15th up here, battling with Raul Meza. So another tip of the cap, I guess you could say, to one of our producers, Cody Knott, up here sitting in the 15th spot. So big drive right there by him. And check out Kyle Hess right here on the inside. Kyle Hess may be one we may be talking to in victory lane. Good possibility right here. Hess really starting to motor it down right here with some of these playoff drivers going into 3.
The drivers right now that have gained 20-plus positions, Cody Knott, as we were talking about, has gained 20 positions. Chris Blanchard, 23. Kyle Hess up 26 so far. He's the biggest mover in the race.
Big drives by some of these guys trying to make it work. And Chris Blanchard up here, saw him. He was real slow. He went a lap down earlier on. Started 32nd. He's up here in 9th. So a lot of drivers coming through the field and getting up front when it matters most, Stephen. Obviously, there's a lot of them probably think, oh, you need to get up front. You need to win the stage points and everything. And that's good. That's good. But the big thing about it is being there at the end. I just saw somebody actually look like they was going down pit road. That is Ted Wade. He's going down pit road. So Ted Wade going down for what could be and possibly the final stop that we're seeing right here take place.
Now, these guys that went in and just topped off on fuel, they can make it to the end now. However, I don't know if they would want to do that with these tires because they got to be getting pretty worn out now. I expect pit stops to start any time now for these guys to come in and get fresh tires, top off on fuel, and get back out there.
I bet it is a good possibility. Just how bad do you want it? It's going to be the key here tonight. Jurassic up there at a 2-second lead right now. Jordan Jurassic is gone right now up here at the front. The battle is on for second with Scruggs and Thomas. Bradley trying to hip check his way, maybe slide up there on that top side. That's exactly where he is, trying to make it work. Running the Kyle Larson line. Kyle Hess right behind him, sitting in the 5th spot. Cherry back there as well. But Jurassic opening up that lead now to about 2.2 seconds. Jurassic, he ain't worried about saving any tires. He's got it on the loud pedal.
That Jurassic's got a 2.25 second lead on everybody right now. Unless something majorly happens, I don't think he's going to be touchable at the moment. Justin Scruggs, Stephen Thomas still battling for second and third. Keith Bradley, Kyle Hess fighting for third and fourth. Hess try to go down on the inside. Coming out of turn 4. Can he hang on to it and get past him?
We'll see how this ends up working out. Is Kyle Hess going to try to jump up? Is he not? Nope, he ain't going to jump up. So Bradley will try to roll that outside lane, carry the momentum, and try to make it work. Now Hess, he's going to send it in. Bradley all the way up, almost jumped up into the marbles and almost got up into the fence. But big save right there for Bradley. So Bradley will slide back by. Bradley will go back to 4th. And Matt Cherry not too far back from this. Dustin Scruggs, Stephen Thomas up here, battle for second. Thomas trying to work on that outside lane. Try to get a run right here. He's going to get to the outside. So Thomas on the outside of Dustin Scruggs. Battle for second is on with Thomas up top and Scruggs on the bottom.
Yeah, these guys working that top line like we just saw a little bit ago. Not only do they have to worry about eating up their tires up there, they've also got to worry about the marbles, and that can get them turned around easy too.
Jurassic still out there at a 2.5 second lead with 20 laps to go. Be kind of interesting to see how this bad boy plays out. Should a caution come out right here, which, hey, I've seen it happen. Everybody's seen it happen. They ain't no telling what's going to happen right here. Bradley, he's going to go around the outside. So Bradley will go to 3rd. Scruggs going from 3rd to 4th. And now Kyle Hess going around. Scruggs is going to go into the pits right here. So Scruggs electing to go get him 4 freshies and ease it down right here. That 50 miles per hour on pit road. Scruggs goes in. Is anybody else going to go with him? Nobody does this lap. We'll see how that ends up working out. You called it, Steven. We'll see how everybody starts playing out, trying to jump down pit road right here.
Yeah, we're inside of 20 to go, and most of these drivers cannot make it to the end. And even if they can on fuel, like I mentioned, I don't think they want to hang on to these old tires too long. They want to go down there and get some fresh tires as we watch Matt Cherry come in now to get some 4 tires.
And, you know, Steven, I'll ask you this right here. Would you want to go in early like these guys are, or do you want to go ahead and, oh, this is going to get good. This is going to get good. Wait a minute. We got some beef. Bruce goes up hard into the wall. Big time move right there. Obviously, there is beef right there with Bruce and Jurassic. Oh, mamma mia. He tried to get him. He tried to get him right there, Steven. Unfortunately, Tristan Bruce is going to get the short end of the stick on all that. He tried to get him. Unfortunately, it just did not work out.
Yeah, Bruce tried to get down there and get him and ended up punishing himself instead. And here comes the 32 of, who is that?
Tim Wade. Tim Wade on fresh tires. Tim Wade came down early and got 4 fresh tires. And that's what you're going to get right there, folks, with what 4 fresh tires as opposed to 4 old tires is going to get. You see this right here. Wade graded. He's back in 24th. Justin White's going in. Wade is going to absolutely drive right by Jordan Jurassic. You're going to see it right here. That is what fresh tires does for you right there, folks. Wade straight down to the bottom. Jurassic really didn't give him much of a choice. So Wade will dive hard in the inside, probably not even hard at all. He'll slide right by him. So the big thing about this is whether or not some of these guys right here is going to be able to make it. Like you said, Steven, see how this ends up working out? Nope. Every single one of them is going to elect to go your strategy. Thomas goes in. Bradley will go in right here for final pit stops right here. And Jurassic out here trying to play the long game. We'll see how this works out for him.
Yeah, I was just going to look, see when the last time Jurassic pitted, it was back on 101. So he could make it to the end, but how are those tires going to hold up? That's the question for him.
We got a slow one out there on the track. Devin Painter out there very, very slow going through 1 and 2. Got loose off of 4 this past lap. You see Devin all the way down on the bottom of the racetrack, possible meatball flag, and yes, that is exactly what he has. So unfortunate for the Blue Line Racing entry, number 99, a Devin Painter. There you see Jurassic coming in, 15 laps to go. Time is ticking right here, big right here. When will Jordan Jurassic go in? You see it right there, 32 seconds. For some of these guys, almost 33 seconds. The fast guys that took those 4 fresh tires, Steven, they're absolutely rolling right now at 31 seconds a lap. That's 2 seconds a lap. These guys are making up on these leaders.
Yeah, that just shows you how much new tread will help you out. They've got a lot more grip now. These guys that have been out here for a while, they're still loosey-goosey and fighting their trucks, trying to keep it off the wall and off of everybody else.
We're seeing a little bit back here. There you go, Jeff Merck. Adam Newton will elect to go down. So Adam Newton in the 19 pitting from 6th. He will go down pit road in what will be his final pit stop, 4 fresh tires and fuel for that number 19. Check out Isaac Bevan up here. Started 28. He's sitting up here in 4th. He's trying to hold off Matthew Montgomery, who was literally, he may end up getting a Vada boy is what I'm trying to say here, Steven. Getting a Vada boy from the state of Georgia as many times as he's went through the grass here this evening. Montgomery up here started 19th. He's up here in 5th in the playoffs, mind you. We'll see how that works out for him. But up there up top, you see Justin White, all these guys with those strategies as far as the tires goes. All those old tire guys, they are straight up getting passed quick by a lot of these guys.
That 99 is still having troubles. He's almost at a crawl now. He only had a turn 2 down there on the apron. He's got some issues.
Still on the bottom right there. Painter way down on the bottom of the racetrack. Not really sure what's going on with Devin Painter, why he has not yet pulled it into the pits right here. But something amiss right here with Devin Painter, who is way down on the bottom of the racetrack. Battle for the lead could be actually presumed. No, actually not yet. I thought that was Kyle Hess going for the lead right there for a second, but no, that is Matt Cherry, who will go down to the inside of the racetrack. Jurassic still up here with the lead. He's got Beard right behind him. Oh, man. Boy, this is going to get interesting. If this sucker goes green all the way to the end, Steven, I think we're going to be in for a fantastic finish.
Well, and what's interesting, even though Jurassic is on these old tires, he's now built up a 2-second lead over Kyle Hess. He's still putting a gap between them.
Yeah, and I'm looking right here at some of the guys that elected to take fresh tires right now. It's going to be hard for some of them to catch him. Justin White right here trying to unlap himself. Matt Cherry's already unlapped himself. Stephen Thomas has already done the same. Keith Bradley down here on the bottom side, he will slide by and he will unlap himself. So this may be a game. This may be a race winning strategy right here for Jordan Jurassic if he can pull this off right here. Got out of that 2 second later. Maybe he don't even have any tires right here, Steven. Maybe he's just got to ride on what he's got right here.
Yeah, I seems to think that's what he's doing. That's what I think he's doing anyway. He's got a 2.4 second lead now over Kyle Hess, so he's still spreading the gap there. And he's got enough fuel to make it to the end. We know that. But can those tires hold out? Will he be able to make it another 8-9 laps?
it looks like it's going to be able to, because some of these guys back here that had to elect to make that pit stop, like Ted Wade, one of them that I've been watching right here, he's not catching him. I mean, he's catching him, but he's 23 seconds back. He's going to run out of time. Big slides right here where Adam Newton is. Oh, mama mia right there with Matthew Montgomery up here trying to hold it down in that 4th spot. He's got Bevitt right up under his tailgate trying to get him some as well. And Joshua Rodriguez, your Daytona winner, right here in the thick of this as well. So this race is straight up flipped on its head right here, Steven, with some of these guys back here rocking and rolling on old tires, and these guys that's on new tires, they just can't do nothing.
Now, when they pitted it, put him a lap down, and I just counted that we've still got about half the field, 15 drivers that have not pitted since lap 101 when they pitted the last time. So I think that's their strategy. They've got these guys that did come in recently. They got them a lap down. They're not worried about it, and Jurassic is definitely not worried about it.
Absolutely not. 2.5 seconds right at it. See Brian Chew up here, very comfortable up here, and Chew actually making a little contact with Broadfoot. Both of them trying to slide around. That was the battle for 7th. Broadfoot tried to make it work, and Chew is able to hold on to 7th, so Broadfoot will get kicked back to 8th. And Cody Knott not too far back from this. Cody Knott started dead last. He's up here in prime position to get himself a top 10. We'll see how that works out for him. Just so much all over going on right here, but Jordan Jurassic, I think he's got the winning strategy should something crazy not happen right here, Steven.
Yeah, he is now starting to lose a little bit of ground to Kyle Hess, and his lead is narrowed to 2.25 seconds. So he's lost about a quarter of a second on Kyle Hess as he fights these lap traffic that's in front of him now.
You see Jurassic right here. We'll see what he decides to do right here. Keeps it right on the bottom of the racetrack coming around this time. 3 to go. Tried to keep it straight as all get out. Kyle Hess back there not too far back. Sitting back there in second. We'll see if he gains any ground. And yes, he does. But only a 10th. That ain't going to work out. Broadfoot right there. Got the VR rocking right there with Brian Chew to his inside. Still battling it out for that 7th spot. Broadfoot takes the outside. He'll get clear of Brian Chew. He'll take second. It's coming around this time. Jurassic 2 laps to go. Is he going to be able to hold on? Is this strategy going to pay off? I think it will.
Yeah, I don't think he's sweating any bullets now. He's got a big enough lead that I don't think anybody can catch him, whether on new tires or old tires. This is his race to lose.
And right now, he's got to be sitting there hoping that nothing crazy happens right here, that everybody that may have a little bit of beef, maybe they will stay out of the way and not do anything for at least 2 more corners. Jordan Jurassic coming through 3 and 4 on the outside, slides it up a little bit, and he will get the white flag. Darren's Narrow Gun Repair white flag as Jurassic dives it down to the inside right here. Nope, going to take it to the top, as he has got a 2.5 second lead over Kyle Hess. If Jurassic doesn't mess up, he will lock himself in to the next round of the Fast 14. Jordan Jurassic, check him out. Got the cam right here on the bottom right. Let's see how this works out. This is going to be real cool to see right here with Jurassic on the bottom. At the same time, got the wheel sideways. Jordan Jurassic gets the win. Gives us a little finger at it. Why not? Jurassic gets the win here tonight at Atlanta and will lock himself in to the Fast 14. Kyle Hess will get second, Blanchard third, Montgomery gets fourth, and Isaac Bevan from 28th up to 5th. Woo, Steven, what a race here in sweet home Atlanta.
Yeah, it was an exciting one for sure. We had quite a few lead changes. We had some good battles for positions. And pit strategy, I think that's the winner of this race is the pit strategy. He went in, Jurassic went in lap 101, had enough tread to stay out there, had enough fuel to stay out there. And some of these guys that went in recently after lap 101 are probably punching themselves in the gut now for doing that.
MJ2 Racing, Jordan Jurassic gets the win here tonight. Mind you, his teammate, Matthew Montgomery for MJ2 Racing, comes home fourth here tonight. So, big deal right there for that group. You see Jurassic absolutely just burning it down right here on the front straightaway of the Legacy Atlanta layout. And he is going to celebrate this one for quite some time. May end up getting him a shot of whiskey when it's all said and done. Race results is in the house, and Jordan Jurassic gets the win here tonight. Hess gets second. Blanchard third. We'll talk to those drivers here in just a little bit. Matthew Montgomery will get fourth. Bevan will get fifth. Joshua Rodriguez, Daytona winner, comes out here and gets him some points. He ended up finishing sixth. Brandon Broadfoot, who was right there below that cut line, comes in and finishes seventh. It's going to be big for Brandon Broadfoot in his quest for the Concerns of Police Survivors Truck Series Championship. Brian Chu will end up finishing eighth. Cody Knight, producer here with the Nazareth 360 Racing Network, dead last to a top 10. How about that right there for Cody Knight? He'll end up finishing ninth. And Tiny Horse, after all the chaos of trying to miss Tristan Bruce, wasn't able to do it. He was still able to salvage a top 10 finish. To you, Stephen.
And then for your top 20 of Brendan Schumann, Huck Wigington, Brandon Bullock, Dane Hagan, Joshua Suss, Stephen Thomas, Dustin Scruggs, Stephen Gregory, Ted Wade, and Keith Bradley, the top 20.
Then Justin White's going to come home 21st with Matt Cherry in 22nd. Adam Newton, the Bulldog, 23rd. All these guys had to go in and get 4 fresh tires and be able to fill it up to make it to the end. Newton gets 23rd. Shane Trotter, 24th. Jeff Merck will get 25th. Last driver to finish on the lead lap. Raul Meza, 2 laps down. He'll get 26th. Beard, James Beard will get 27th. Devin Painter will get 28th. Tristan Bruce, oh man. Miss Sharon, what might have been, what could have been for Tristan Bruce here tonight. He will end up finishing 29th, and Holden McGill will round out the top 30. Ed Osborne, Robbie Richards, MDW, Keith Haiti, and Eric Zimmerman, the 35 drivers that raced here tonight. TJ Moore, your race director. Folks, we're going to step aside, let you hear from some of our sponsors, round up them podium finishers as we always do. Don't go anywhere. You've been watching the Concerns of Police Survivors Truck Series from Hotlanta, live here on the Nazareth 360 Racing Network.
Starbase 1552 Comics. We sell everything a collector would want. Comics, Funkos, action figures, and so many more. A real American comic book shop. We are online only. Starbase 1552 Comics. Find us on eBay Auctions.
Folks, we're back here with post-race interviews for the Glass Mechanic 200 for the Concerns of Police Survivors Truck Series at Hotlanta. We got the man of the hour, the man himself, locks himself in to the Fast 14. It's Jordan Jurassic. Jordan, fantastic race. Awesome job, buddy. Tell us about your race and tell us about that strategy right there at the end that you pulled.
Yeah, I didn't want to have that last caution there. I feel really bad. for Bruce and everything. I just misjudged the gap, tried to get fit in between the 11 and the 3, and just end up turning them around. So I've already told my teammates, and I'm gonna tell Bruce right now that I'm gonna give him half of the payouts of my payouts for him because I felt like he deserved that win. And we had a pull strategy there at the end. I felt like the only way we could win was to pit there and take our last set of tires and for it to go green. And it did go green all the way. Like I said, I don't want to win this way, but I'm happy for my team, happy for West Texas Pepper Traders, and yeah, a first win of the season, and we advance to the next round.
Well, Jordan, that is a fantastic gesture of you to do that right there. So good man on you on that. But, Jordan, I mean, you come in, obviously this is going to lock you in to the Fast 14. Next race, obviously Homestead, basically tracks are similar. We'll just go ahead and call it like that. Legacy Atlanta and Homestead, basically similar as far as the tire wear goes. I've asked numerous people, they say, oh, well, I'm not going to change even though I'm locked in. Are you going to change how your driving style, how you've been racing? Are you going to change that for next week? Or are you just going to just be like, hey, I'm just happy to be here?
Maybe change it a little bit, maybe be a little more aggressive on the strategy side. But other than that, I'm just going to drive how the way I drive. And like I said, I think that was like my second crash, like wrecking somebody all season. And it just downs me so much. So I feel real bad for Bruce, but happy for the team, happy for the 6 team, and get our West Texas Pepper Traders a win for their first win of the season.
Well, Jordan Jurassic, the number 6 for MJ2 Racing, gets it done here tonight. Jordan, congratulations on the win. And before I let you go, you got any sponsors, any shout-outs that you want to thank?
Like I mentioned, West Texas Pepper Traders, E-Racing Designs, Ruthless Racing, every one of my partners. I'm just happy for them. Happy for them mainly. Just got them the win and everything else. Hopefully we can go do it again next week.
Jordan Jurassic locks himself into the Fast 14. Jordan Jurassic, congratulations, buddy. We'll see you at Homestead next week.
Thank you. Y'all have a good one.
That was Jordan Jurassic, gets the win. Like I said, once again, locks himself into the Fast 14. Now we'll go, just to be honest, somebody that we don't talk a whole lot about up here that finishes on the podium. And Kyle, no disrespect to you in any way, shape, fashion, or form when I say that. But this is one of those wins for the underdogs up here. Coming home second here tonight. Kyle, tell us about your race.
Man, it was just a good race. I'm glad that we actually got to race and I didn't get caught up in anything like I did last week. Last week I had like 16 lap pressure tires, and I guess it was Netcode that me and the 96 got together and ended my race at Chicagoland. But this place falls into my driving style. Like, I don't like to really burn them up from the get-go, so I like to try to take my time and ease my way up there. And this track, since it eats up tires so well, my truck came to me, and I just drove to the front.
Steven, you got anything for Kyle Hess right here?
I do not.
Okay, well, I'll make something up off the wall, I guess, Kyle.
You can't come up with anything for the underdogs, huh?
Well, we'll figure something out because I've been an underdog numerous times, obviously. I mean, Kyle, right. You see that strategy, just out of curiosity, I mean, you ain't got to kind of, tell us exactly what your plan was. I mean, if you want to, that's perfectly fine. But,
there's really no strategy behind it. It was just a roll of the dice. It's like that caution came out. I was like, that's my last set of tires. I'm going to try it and see what happens. If what's worst, I'm just going to finish back in the back. Yeah, whatever. So I gave it a shot.
I was fixing to ask you.
Yeah, I gave it a shot, and it worked out. And that's all I could say to that. And I thank God for the podium that I got tonight. So.
Absolutely. Well, Kyle, buddy, appreciate your time. Congratulations on that second place finish. And before we go, we was talking about this right here. Obviously, thank your sponsors and shout outs, but right there on the front of your truck, the Buddy Project. If you could real quick, just tell us about the Buddy Project and then thank your sponsors and shout outs in closing.
Buddy Project is Eric Zimmerman's deal. He gets old laptops. And like he refurbishes laptops and he gives them out. So That's really what I know about it. And he does a good deed for the community by doing those things. So I appreciate Zimmerman for what he does. And he got a hold of me and he said that he lost a lot of his team this year. And I was like, I finally decided I was going to give it a shot and come back and run. And I'm glad that I did. And I'd like to thank Brady for the league, you guys for putting on the broadcast and doing the announcing that y'all do is top notch, guys. So I do like going and watching the broadcast when we're done. So, and that's what I got for tonight.
Kyle Hess gets it done for the underdogs. Comes home second here tonight, Kyle. Appreciate your time, buddy, and we'll see you next week at Homestead.
All right. Y'all have a good night.
That was Kyle Hess, Buddy Project. Go check it out. He will end up getting second here tonight. Now we'll go to third place finisher, number 9. Started literally right beside Kyle Hess. Not even joking about that. I mean, Kyle started 31st. Blanchard started 32nd. They both started right beside one another. And ironically enough, they finished right next to one another. Chris Blanchard in the number 9 gets it done for third here tonight. Chris, tell us about your race, buddy.
Well, I started the race, noticed that we had 3 sets of tires in the pits. So I wasn't gaining anything in the first stage. So when the first stage came out, I just took fuel and I was going to ride it out until another caution came out or the stage. Well, I went a lap down, and when the second stage came out, I decided that I was going to take the wave around and hope for another caution. So at this time, I'm on 75 lap old tires. Like my truck's like, I'm almost not making minimal speed by then. And then we go to take the green on the second stage, and the caution comes out right at the start finish line. Me and Gregory took the wave around, so we were able to come around and pit. And I took my first set of tires and made some ground up in the, and then that caution came out at lap 101. And if I pitted, I'd get enough fuel to make it to the end, and I had a spare set of tires. So I said, screw it, I'll take one of those set of tires. And the caution never came out. So I was able to gain spots. I couldn't quite catch Kyle Hess, and then, like he said, the fast guys that had pitted were coming back to get their lap back, and they were just passing me. And so I just decided to maintain my spot and take a third place finish. It's a good points night for me. Hopefully that helps me move up in the playoff standings a little bit, and I'll take this finish because that's I really needed it after last week.
And Chris, I ask you this. Obviously, me and you, door to door, with the Atlanta earlier on this season, everybody basically got, what they wanted out of 2 Atlanta races. You had your super speedway races, and then you got the old legacy layout that everybody remembers for Atlanta. Which one would you prefer, this version right here, the legacy version, or the super speedway version?
The super speedway version is more, it's not as technical. This one here, you have to drive. You have to manage your tires. There was a few times I come out of the corner and I'm about sideways. So it's 2 different animals. You can't really compare the 2 now. But tonight's race was awesome for what we had, the setup we had, the tires, and everybody had respect out there, and it was a good, clean race. I was pretty impressed.
I got a feeling this one's going to be 100% on the driver poll, folks. I do that for some of the drivers in the Discord. I always put a poll up, and I got a feeling that one's going to be 100% here tonight. Chris, congratulations on that third place finish. Thank you for your time. And before we let you go, you got any sponsors, any shout-outs?
I do. I got a new sponsor on the truck today. I don't know if you guys noticed my new paint scheme. I got Steadfast Outdoors. They're a guide service up here near I live, and I was able to talk them to come on the truck and be a sponsor. So I want to do a shout out to them. I'm glad I was able to put a podium up, third place for the first race with them on the truck. And you guys do a great job, Brady, my teammates, Merck, and them. It's been an awesome season. I think this is the best season I've had in Nazareth yet.
Chris, I will tell you this, buddy. We have been along for the ride all season long here for season 9, and I agree with you 100%. I think this has been the best one that I've seen all the way from the start, all the way to where it is right now. Congratulations on that 3rd place finish. Thank you for your time, buddy, and we'll see you next week at home. Go ahead.
Just remember, 9 and 9. Right? Number 9 on season number 9.
Oh, he might be calling it. He might be calling a shot, y'all. Better watch out for him.
Unofficial. Take it how you want.
Hey, it's already on the Nazareth 360 Racing Network, buddy. This is going to stick. Guarantee it. It's going to stick, buddy. Appreciate your time. Congratulations. We'll see you at Homestead next week.
Have a good night.
That was Chris Blanchard, 9 for 9. Take it however you want. Steven! Final thoughts on a fantastic race here tonight at Atlanta. I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm 1 week ahead of myself. Final thoughts here at Atlanta.
Well, it's I think it was exactly what we had thought it was going to turn out. We had a lot of close racing. We had quite a few lead changes. We had a lot of fighting for positions. We had a little bit of beef. Even though I called Nazareth chaos, it never happened. It actually kind of settled down a little bit after that. So overall, it's a great race, and I'm looking forward to Homestead next week.
Yeah, you jinxed it. You was talking about chaos. You completely just jinxed it.
Turn the opposite on me for once.
Dean, if you can, buddy, what's your take on a fantastic race here tonight at Atlanta?
I'm going to mirror exactly what Stevie said, so that's it. I have nothing more. Stevie's nailed it.
Unbelievable. That's all you want to talk about. That's it. I figured. All right. Well, anyway, folks, that's going to do it here for our race here at Atlanta. Glass Mechanic 200 goes to Jordan Jurassic. Thanks to each and every one of you out there that watch night in and night out. If you haven't yet, and you're just new and you've just been sticking around, where have you been? I mean, this is one of the best leagues. It's one of the best organizations. If you haven't yet, like and subscribe to the Nazareth 360 Racing Network. So shout out big time to you, the fans, because y'all come out in numbers 5 nights a week. Mondays for the DSR Electric, Tuesdays for Blanchard's Towing, Xfinity, the Cup Series on Wednesday, Goat Locker on Thursdays, and then right here where it all started, the Concerns of Police Survivors Truck Series here on Friday nights. Big shout out to all the drivers. I mean, they put on a fantastic race. I mean, you basically got everything you wanted. I mean, you got basically a shocking top 10. I mean, folks, a lot of these guys that's in the top 10, we don't talk about them a whole lot because we talk about the Keith Bradleys, the Holden McGills, the MDWs, Ryan Johnson, Tiny Horse. I mean, he finished 10th, but everybody that finished in front of him, we don't talk about them a whole lot with the exception of probably Brian Chew. So this is a night for the underdogs. And that's awesome to me because I feel like I'm an underdog a lot of times. Thank the sponsors. I mean, DSR Electric for Mondays, Blanchard's Towing, Premier Racing Setup, Serve Pro, Darren's Nail Gun Repair. Obviously, we can't forget about C.O.P.S for everything that they do, that organization, and just everything. All the sponsors that are associated with this. Brady Buff, Cody Knott for letting us be ourselves. Enjoy a great night with you folks. Even when there's a big boxing match going on that all of us would love to watch, but I'll go ahead and shut up because I know everybody's ready to watch it. For the Australian Dean Hopton Bengals and also for Steve the Viking Bartlett, I'm the Redneck Announcer, Jake Reeves. Say it as I always say, be safe, be kind, be fast. And folks, we're going to South Florida. We're going to Miami, Homestead. Who's going to win? Lock themselves into the playoffs, and who's going to make it to the Fast 14 cutoff race next Friday night? You don't want to miss it. 9 p.m. Eastern Time and only live on the Nazareth 360 Racing Network. We'll see you down there, and we'll be down there with an umbrella on the beaches with a cold drink.